Okay, this is Adventure for Life. I'm Joel. It's day 10 of the 50th anniversary of the Cutlass cross country tour and Odyssey. And I have not videoed. I didn't video yesterday because I basically drove from Branson, Missouri to across the panhandle of Oklahoma. And not a lot to see out there. But anyway, and I wasn't planning on videoing any today either, but I ran across this, never seen it, never heard of it before. So this is the Rio Grande Gorge. And again, you know, I'm just driving down the road. I drove by Red River Ski Resort today, Angel Fire, and Taos. And so drove through the mountains there, and then got here, and again, just driving down the road, and I saw these people standing on this bridge, and there's a sign that says Rio Grande Gorge. And so I decided to stop and video a little bit, and I'm going to walk out there on the bridge in a second. But anyway, they got a little rest area here, and a bunch of people are stopping and whatnot. So again, I'm going to go up on the bridge and see what that's all about. Spend the night in Durango tonight. You can see, if you can see there's actually some snow on some of those mountains over there. So, you know, we're in the Rockies. It was interesting when I was driving across the Oklahoma Panhandle. I then, you know, got into New Mexico, and you know, it stayed flat for a while, and then all of a sudden there's this sign and it says first view of the Rockies, and sure enough I look up and they appear in front of me, and so that was neat. And again, I drove over a mountain pass. It might have been Cimarron Pass to get to here. It took a while because they were doing some road construction, but anyway, I'll film some when I get on the bridge. Okay, there's a sign describing this is the Rio Grande Gorge State Park. Again, never heard of it. It says they got whitewater rafting trips here and fishing and whatnot. So I'm gonna see if I can get over to the bridge from here. Hopefully I can. Okay, I have no idea what last kiss means, or somebody, that's some kind of graffiti or whatnot. But anyway, I fortunately got down to the bridge pretty easily, so they'll let you just hop over the barrier here. So we'll see what that's like. I'll climb up here real quick. Maybe somebody had their last kiss and jumped off or something, who knows. Okay, I switched sides of the bridge because there were a few people on the other side and none on this side. This is the upstream side of the river. And I'll cross over in a minute. If you've been to Royal Gorge before, which I have, I think Royal Gorge is like a mile deep or something like that. This is nowhere near that deep. I remember looking down Royal Gorge and getting disoriented because it was just so unbelievably deep. This appears to me to be maybe, I don't know, 500 feet, something like that. Still deep. Okay, this is the downstream side, and you know, it just made me think, you know, I did those adventure motorcycle rides, and this is part of the reason you do this kind of thing. There's some rapids down there. Part of the reason you do this kind of thing because there's unexpected stuff. And you know, this is a real pleasure to get to see this. And I'm going to go ahead and cross over to the other side. As soon as the traffic moves on. Because again, you know, no clue this existed. And it's pretty neat, you know, a junior Grand Canyon. Looks like a fun place to whitewater raft for sure. By the way, it's a little unnerving. When the cars go across this bridge, the bridge bounces. Probably not like that little car there, but there have been several vehicles that have gone over that have been a little bit larger that have made the bridge bounce. And all right, well, that's it for this. Really pretty place. If you're ever crossing New Mexico, and I'm not exactly sure where I am again. I just drove through Taos. So Taos is probably 20 miles from here would be my guess. And I'm headed west, and so that gives you a rough idea of where I'm at. Okay, last quick video. I just wanted to say one other thing. I mentioned earlier that this is day 10. This is the 10th day of me doing some form of videoing. This is probably day 13. Okay, so that, if you heard that, that's the kind of, it's a truck with a trailer and made the bridge rock. But anyway, this is probably day 13 of the total trip. I have taken a couple of rest days, and like I said, didn't film yesterday. No big deal. Just if you're trying to keep track of the days, I'm only counting the days I actually filmed. All right, so I just drove through a valley that was as pretty of a valley as you're ever going to see. I was actually coming from over there, and when we got to the hills on the mountains on the far side, there was this scenic overlook, and you know, this is pretty fabulous. You know, the camera's not going to do justice to this. It is windy today, by the way, but you got the rocky outcroppings, you got the valley, you got, I don't know how far we can see, probably 40 or 50 miles. You got the flowers on the side of the hill and whatnot, so really picturesque. By the way, the Cutlass is doing fine. It heated up a little bit when I told you I stopped had to stop for construction. We were going through that, what I believe was the Cimarron Pass, and we ended up having to follow a pilot vehicle for about 10 minutes uphill, 15 miles an hour, and this thing just doesn't like that. I mean, it wants some cold air blowing into the radiator, and so it only got up to probably 200 degrees or whatever, but it's been running anywhere from 165 to 180 today temperature wise, and so and I've had the air conditioner on a fair amount of the time. So anyway, hopefully it's going to do fine. The air conditioner's not blowing nearly as cold as it was 2 weeks ago, so may have a Freon issue. Anyway, that's the update on the Cutlass. Beautiful view. Again, I'm probably 40-50 miles past Taos, heading to Durango. So one more thing, if anybody's ever interested in doing this particular drive, I'm on US Highway 64, which I actually got on not too far past Tulsa. So I drove on 64 all the way across the northern border of Oklahoma, all the way through the panhandle of Oklahoma, and now into New Mexico, and that's what I'm still on. All right, y'all, I hope you can see this elk in front of me. It is a female, or it's got no horns, no rack anyway, but man, that is, you may not be able to tell on the camera, but that is a big animal, and there it goes, taking off. I slowed down enough where I thought it would stay, and it did for a while, but then it obviously took off running, and I hope you saw it jump over the fence there. That was pretty cool. Okay, so there's been several places like this along the drive, but no place to pull out. And so I'm going to give you a 360 degree of what I've been driving through. I mean, just absolutely beautiful, surrounded in mountains all the time. You probably can't see it, but there's snow on the top of that one. This one over here, hopefully you can see snow on top of that. Anyway, there's your 360 degrees back to this house here. So they obviously got a pretty sweet spot, and I don't know if you can tell right there, but there's a creek. That's a creek bank right there that's running through here. So anyway, pretty cool. Wanted to give you a look at it before I headed on down the road. So I always forget something that I want to say and think of it right after I turn the camera off. So it's I'm about 20 miles east of Pagosa Springs. I've never been to Pagosa Springs before. I've been to Durango multiple times, but never been to Pagosa Springs, so that'll be interesting. So I got about 20 miles outside of Pagosa Springs, about 40 miles from Durango, and I see this sign for Chimney Rock National Monument, and there it is. I'm going to get a couple other vantage points. I'll give you a 360 again. Really pretty place. From what I could see, this is on some kind of Indian tribe property, but anyway, I'm in the San Juan National Forest. So it's pretty good from another vantage point, and I'll try to get it. And the Chimney Rock is the one on the right. It's more narrow, and so it looks more like a chimney. It's a little bit wider here, but anyway, another unexpected pleasure from this drive. And like I said, I'll try to get another shot. By the way, the Cutlass has really been, I would use the word laboring all day. I'm going to check the elevations, but you know, Guyman, where I started out in Oklahoma, my guess is the elevation, in fact, I'll just post it on the screen when I do the edits, the elevation was probably, 500 or 1,000 feet. And, I drove up through Clayton and then through, and I'll post that elevation too. Then I went to Chama, which was a little over 7,000 feet. Pagosa Springs, which was a little over 7,000 feet, and Durango's somewhere in the low 6,000 feet range. So, I've probably climbed over the course of the day, 5, 6, depending, maybe 7,000 feet. And again, the transmission, I can feel the heat coming up through the transmission shifter. And anyway, I think I'm learning that the old Cutlass is not cracked up for, mountain climbing or whatever. It's more for level ground. So this is a vantage point from, probably half mile down the road. Again, I'm going to go around to the, 45 degrees, 90 degrees from here to the right. And you'll see it's a little bit more narrow, and it's a different look and looks more like a chimney. You can't see that rock on the back, so it kind of stands out all by itself. So there's Chimney Rock from 90 degrees from where I was. So again, you can't see that big rock that's in the back, and this is a more narrow face of it, so it looks like a chimney. Anyway, pretty cool. Another unexpected pleasure from today. So I'm going to call this the end of day 10 of the 50th anniversary of the 74 Cutlass cross country drive and Odyssey. Got to see the Rio Grande Gorge, which was unexpected, and now Chimney Rock. See you tomorrow.